Passenger Seat Radio. It is December 16th, 2025. You're on my 13-mile commute home. Welcome to the show. I don't know how long my voice is going to hold out. It's been a very strange last 5 or 6 days. On Thursday, I had to go into the office on Thursday. So I'm on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays now. Long story. But so Thursday, as I was getting ready to leave, I started feeling really, really puny, right? And I'm telling you, right, the building that they moved us to is from like the 70s, and I think that there's so much stuff in the floor and the carpets and the walls. I don't know. I feel like I'm walking into a death trap every time I go into the office. So anyway, plus there's been people sick out the ass, right? And we're in like a call center now. So the little cubes are all squished together, and you could like put your arms out and there are people within arm's reach around you. So yeah, people come in sick, everybody gets sick, right? So I was waiting for it to come. But I thought maybe on Friday I'd slipped it, right? You know how you like feel really bad and then say, okay, good night's sleep. I'm gonna sleep in and then I'll be okay. And then Friday, it wasn't much better. And then Saturday night, so we had to do an outage for work, right? So essentially, we had to take down our main system. I mean, we're a 24-hour, 7-day a week, 365 a year judicial branch in Maricopa County, right? We're like the third or fourth largest trial courts in the United States, yada, yada, yada. So we're a 24/7 shop. So when we have to do something that requires us to bring the system down, it takes like an act of God to pull that off. I'm talking like, 10 days of communications, this clearance, that clearance, everybody has to sign off. It's ridiculous. The amount of work is absolutely insane just to prep for it. And since it was pretty much all my stuff to do, I've been weeks making sure that everything was accounted for. And I'm telling you, it's been very stressful. But in order to do this, we had to do it in the middle of the night on Saturday morning at 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. is when we had to have the outage. So I'm not doing great as it is, right? In terms of my immune system. So then I try to sleep for a couple hours Friday night. Can't really sleep. Get up at 12:30 a.m. to get ready for this outage. I'm up there till 4. We had problems, yada, yada, yada. So the weekend was a wash, is what I'm saying. And there wasn't a lot of sleep because my sleep was completely fucked. I couldn't really sleep Saturday night. It was a mess, sheer mess. And so Sunday, I felt like a wreck. Yesterday, I felt like a wreck. And today, I feel like I'm better. But as the day progresses, I'm feeling worse. So whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Shane's sick again. Whatever. Anywho, so yeah, that's the weird story of the last 4 days of my life. Pretty crazy shit. A lot going on. And of course, you're always sitting here hovering by the phone because these sort of things have a ripple effect, right? So despite the fact that you caught 400 and something different areas of the system you had to change, chances are fairly likely you're going to miss one. Or you miss something that you didn't even know was there, which actually also happened. It's like, really? That's a thing? Well, I guess we should have changed it, and we didn't. So there you go. Anywho, I tell you what, though, I do love this time of the year. Well, not quite yet. The traffic is still bad, but the office is starting to thin out. By next week, it's like the Overlook fucking hotel, right? Remember when Jack went in there? The whole place was all bustling and shit. And then the guy's like, hey, by 4 p.m., you'll never know anybody was ever here. And that's what it starts to feel like around the holidays. So next week is going to be like dead. And I love that. There'll be nothing going on. And believe me, I've got plenty of work to do. So that's not a problem. But there's not going to be a lot of people bothering me or reaching out to me or communicating with me or wanting something from me. So that's a good thing. So I tell you what, let me talk about the current state of what the fuck. Hey, you're welcome. Feel free to use a blinker next time, asshole. God damn, I can't believe that truck's still running. Anyway, so let's talk about the weird state of affairs that we're in. Unless you've been hiding under a rock, you know that we are in something they're calling all sorts of things. RAM crisis, memory crisis, all sorts of... Basically, it's gotten... AI has gotten so fucking out of control that memory companies are refusing to sell to the public. So, what is it, Micron? Is it Micron, Crucial Micron? They basically came out and said, we're not going to sell to the public anymore because we can make triple or quadruple the amount of money we get for our memory chips. We can get triple the amount of money from companies that are dying to get into AI. So we're not going to sell to consumers anymore because that's how fucked up things are. So, of course, when that happens and like large memory companies just stop selling memory to the customers, get into this crazy shit. Now it's like toilet paper for COVID, right? Now it's like COVID toilet paper all over again. People are actually buying shitty prefab computers off the shelves of Walmart to rip out RAM and flip it. That's where we're at. So the companies start the problem and the consumers continue to perpetuate it. It's unbelievable. So basically anything you want with RAM in it, you're fucked. You're not going to be able to afford anything that uses memory for a while. They're talking about this being extrapolated out to 2027 before RAM prices stabilize. The fuck is that, man? Come on. Is this what we've come down to? Is this what we've come down to? People want to make fucking stupid pictures with AI. People are demanding to put AI in everything. So now anybody who doesn't even give a shit about AI has to pay the price. You know, that steam machine was looking pretty good. But that steam machine ain't going to be looking good if RAM prices are quadrupled, right? Everyone was bitching that steam machine wasn't going to be $400. Imagine when it's $1,000. Or imagine that they sell you memoryless steam machines, right? Unbelievable. Wouldn't it be great if companies started making dumb TVs to save on the cost of RAM? Yeah, that'd be great. Man, I tell you what. Now you're gonna get me all started. Let's hold that thought. So yeah, so that's the current state of fucking madness that we're dealing with. Forget about everything else that's going on in the world, politically and emotionally and socially. We're all fucked anyway. But I mean, the one thing you're looking forward to, man, I want a goddamn steam machine, and now it's going to be like $300 more because of these asshats and their AI nonsense. I need the bubble to burst sooner than later. And I believe it's coming. I do. So anyway, so that's the nonsense we're dealing with now. So, you know something I haven't done in a while that I had to do today that I thought was sort of an interesting talking point? I had to register a domain name today. When's the last time you registered a domain name? It's almost like the internet itself is just not the same thing anymore, you know? So what I was thinking is, so MonroeWorld.com is my main domain name. I've had that since the beginning of time. Well, somewhere along the way, way back when, a theme from WordPress got infected with some malware. That theme updated and infected my websites with malware. And I have not just one website on my host, I have like 10 of them. So every single one of them that used that theme, which, listen, you get used to a theme, you like it, it's comfortable. All the websites have it, they're all infected. So then all of a sudden people can't go to your website now. You go to MonroeWorld.com, big fucking banner comes up from Malwarebytes saying, we've protected you. So then now if you've never experienced that, try to find the old show where I talk about what happened with this. But once that happens, it's like, who's just stepped in? Oh, hey, Sketchcraft is here. Us Versus Them is there. Alex J. Lopez is here. Javier is here. Wow, we got a full house today. This is awesome. So what happens is your domain becomes sort of stained. Like MonroeWorld.com is kind of stained. And if anything of any sort of questionable nature happens, then your site's like instantly blacklisted. So recently, not that long ago, there was another incident where the theme had something questionable in it. I got to get rid of this theme is what it boils down to. And then, of course, the host, my new host, will just delete the page. And then my website doesn't work at all, even for people who aren't, being tortured by malware bites, or any other of these online protection tools. So Monroe World's a little bit on the tainted side. So, and why does that matter? Because what the fuck's at Monroe World? A list of my other sites, right? It's an index. Who cares? But I do store a lot of my support files there. So like anything for Steam Deck, if you go to any of my tutorials on YouTube and you go to the Steam Deck, chances are likely I've got a file for you to download. I've got commands for you to download in a text file so you don't have to type it. All that shit exists on Monroe World. And anytime something hinky goes on with that thing, then I have a problem. I can't get to your site. Your link's broken. So, anyway. So I decided, going back to why I registered a domain name today, I wanted to find a domain name that was short, easy to say, right? Like go to get these files, right? Because I can put a nice index on the front page. I could have some little tips and tutorials on there, maybe some written stuff. And so I was looking for something. Jesus Christ, man. There's like no fucking domain names available. So of course, anything that I want is gone. Anything with the word Steam in it's gone, right? So I was thinking, okay, instead of being like Monroe World, let's make it something that's sort of like Steam related. But I don't want to make it like Steam Deck files or something like that. I want it to be like the Steam machine. I'm going to cover the frame and all that. And so I'm looking for anything with Steam at the beginning of it. Steam files, Steam archive, Steam this, Steam that. Nothing. All gone. And if you want to get one, you have to get something that's not a .com, right? Plenty of .orgs around. Plenty of .tools, .ai, .umpty squat, right? Of course, those are not, what do they call them? Premium or vanities or something, right? If you get something like .tech, it's $100 a year. Get the fuck out of here. So .com, like nobody wants .coms anymore apparently because they're all gone. So if you want some really shitty .com, you can get it for $14 a year. But if you want the same domain name .tv, it's $85 a year. What the fuck, man? So anyway, so I was trying to find something, anything that would be short, easy, nothing. Forget about it. And by the way, if you're saying, hey, why didn't you use a chatbot to go find it for you? They won't tell you. They'll give you names, but then they'll say, you're going to have to check it yourself. Yeah, fuck off. So I played Wheel of domain names today. Finally landed on something. And it's mwcontent.com, right? Monroe World Content. Listen, it's simple to say. It's easy to say. That's where I left it. So now I've got a nice little placeholder for me to throw my shit into. I'm going to take all the files from Monroe World, all of the tutorials and everything, and move it over to this new untainted domain. No WordPress. Just a fucking simple file structure and maybe a PHP page that'll index all of it. So if you came looking for, file X, you'll be able to get it. I also, when I bought the domain name, I thought this was kind of funny. When I bought the domain name, I'm using Hostinger now. I used to use Bluehost, but those fuckers are some greedy motherfuckers, man. I cannot believe how much money those guys charge. So I had to move everything over. I did that a few months back. You might remember. But Hostinger is like all embraced AI. So like when you make a domain, when you register a domain name, would you like our AI bot to make your page for you? And I was sitting on the toilet actually. Just, TMI, I know, but I was sitting on the toilet fucking registering my domain name. And it's like, would you like to build a site? I'm like, okay, let's see what it's got. I'm kind of curious now. How well can AI build a website? So I said I want a dark theme. I want it to represent my YouTube channel. Maybe have a link to my Discord. Make it dark. and make it basically say that, you know, this is a support site. It's not like a content delivery site. It's content delivery. It's not really a website per se, blah, 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 right? And so it sits there and chews, and it's building fucking extensive style sheets and JS files. I'm going, dude, for a fucking landing page? I don't think I need a CSS file for a landing page. Just make it inline, right? I mean, what is that? And so it's sitting there, and it's still working. And I'm going, dude, what are you doing for that? So then finally it comes up with something. And by the way, it's what's there now. So if you go to mwcontent.com, you'll see it. And so it makes a little button that says visit YouTube, and then, you know, visit Discord. And so there's an edit button, right? There's a little edit button, so it puts in edit mode. And I was going to say, okay, well, now I need to put in my actual YouTube address. I have to put my actual Discord invite in there. Oh, no. You can't edit that. If you want to edit that, use the chat. So you could edit the text on top. But if you actually wanted to edit one of the button links, you had to tell the bot to do it. There was no way to access the source code to do it yourself. I was like, wow. And it's like, okay. I'm almost done. I'm tapering off here. Okay, update the YouTube button to, and then I gave it the, you know, Monroe / Dark Uni, whatever. And it's like, okay, updating now. And I swear to God, it rebuilt the whole fucking website to change that link. And then I had to do the same thing for the Discord button. I update my Discord to discord.monroeworld.com. Okay, I'm on it. And it's building that whole fucking... I'm like, dude, really? I could have had that done like that. Just give me 2 seconds. But this is what we're down to, right? This is why you read all of these stories about how AI lets Jim from accounting write code, right? That's what we're talking about here. I was reading some article. I can't remember what it was, but they were basically talking about a meeting with a vendor they were having. And the vendor was trying to sell them a software package. And it was a 6-figure package, whatever it was. I don't remember. I don't even think they mentioned what it was. But then fucking Bob from accounting, he walks in and says, guys, I mocked up the app for you in AI. Here you go. Took me 2 hours. And he presented it. And all of a sudden, like, everybody in the room was like, we'll get back to you. Tell the vendor, we'll get back to you. We're going to go another way. That's what we're talking about here. Now, you know for a fact. Now, if you've ever coded with AI, you'll know at least a month ago, the last time I tried it, it does not make a good bedfellow. It does not make this vibe coding bullshit. I watched that motherfucker make mistake after mistake after mistake. And when I told it to fix it, it made it worse. So I'm trying to figure out how AI is going to replace 3-4 year coders. Yeah, well, let's see it, because I haven't seen a goddamn thing that leads me to believe that that's possible. And every time, god damn it, listen to this. So I have a tutorial for Steam Deck where, god damn it, my wife's coming. All right, I guess I'll bring this up another time. Thanks everyone for watching. Take care. We'll see you next time.